Well, hello there. Another Wednesday is here. Thank you so much for keeping your dial on Joy 99.7 FM. It's Strong and Sassy. My name is aKorfa and I'm holding the fort for your regular host, Enimwa Enim Ado. Now, last Wednesday, we had a fun, exciting, and thrilling conversation about Valentine's Day expectations, where we're asking why, a partner would want to go someone when this day is approaching or when this day is here. And I was joined in the studio by three fabulous ladies, and they shared amazing pointers with us on the show. And a few things that they shared that I believe a lot of people picked or made rounds on social media had to do with if you choose that you'd want to ghost the person. I think Aaron mentioned that if you ghost me, stay ghosted at the end of the day, because we indeed can have a conversation. We can speak about it. If Valentine's Day is not your thing, you don't want to make a big deal out of it. It's just a conversation that you need to have with your person at the end of the day. And then Amma, I believe, also suggested a few things that you can do. If you can try hiking, you can try walking in the middle of the night. I don't know how that's going to work, but if it's something that you and your partner are up for, you can also try that. And Esinam also shared some amazing pointers as well. And she's joining me today for our conversation. You probably have seen our posters around. We're talking about how do you know he is the one? Yeah, let's take a breather. I know that you're asking, hey, what's happening? Yes, how do you know he's the one? Now, as people, we're looking for love. We're hoping that we find love, stay in love, or perhaps die in love. Now, there are people who believe strongly they found the one. Yet when things don't go their way, the fight set in, the questions set in, and eventually they go their separate ways. So we've heard stories of such happenings over and over. And you meet someone, you get into the butterfly stages, as some people like to describe it. And it turns out to be a different conversation when you want to commit. So today we're here to find out, how do you really know if you found the one? What should you look out for? Now, we know there's no formula for finding the one, but if you think and believe that you're in a happy union, your partner is happy with you, you're happy with your partner, and you've got some pointers to share with us, call in. Today, we're activating the phone lines very early. So call in, share your thoughts with us. Also, send us a WhatsApp 055 1111997. If you want to be anonymous, we don't mind. Go ahead, but engage with us right here on our conversation. We're finding out, how would you know he is the one? What are you looking out for? Is it compatibility? Is it, if you snore, I don't like people who snore. Like everything that you're hoping to tick off your boxes or anything of that sort. So join in the conversation, share with us, and one of our guests will join us pretty shortly as well. But in studio, I will be taking notes, by the way, guys. We're taking notes this year, dear. Something for happy. You get? Yeah. So we're taking notes at the end of it. Also, share your thoughts with us right here on the conversation. What's up again is 055 1111 997. Esinam is joining me in studio. She is a marketing professional. How are you doing, though?
I'm good.
You okay?
I.
How was today generally? Like, how would you describe today for you?
I think today was a pretty chill day.
Oh, okay.
Just did a couple of stuff for work, and then I stepped out to do my hair, my nails.
Yeah, your hair is looking really fab.
It's
yeah.
giving.
You
can check on Facebook.
Yeah, speaking of, yes, we're streaming on our socials as well on Facebook, Joy 99.7 FM. We're also streaming on X as well and on our YouTube, so you might want to check us out as well. Now, I want us to get into the conversation by starting off with, I mentioned off air that I've got to find a few questions that I'd want us to explore, something around chemistry and connection, and what role it plays in determining if someone is your person.
Okay, so I'll take it from this point.
Yeah.
To start off, a disclaimer. I am not a counselor.
Absolutely not.
And I don't determine who is the one for you.
Yeah.
I'm just here to hopefully help you find clarity.
Absolutely.
In finding the
one for you. Or, your one. Yeah.
Your special one. You ultimately make the decision. But we're having a conversation. So let's get in. I think that to even begin finding who is the one, you first have to find yourself. Know who you are, or be in the process of learning about yourself. Get to the point where you fundamentally understand who you are, like I said last week, what you value, what makes sense to you in terms of relationships, what you prioritize in terms of relationships. Now, when you find that, when you're able to know who you are, you know what you can and cannot tolerate. You know the bandwidth, the emotional bandwidth you have, and who you can let in, what you can let in, and what you can be able to manage as an individual.
Okay.
Right? Now, when you've been able to figure out who you are and what matters to you, it helps you easily identify those qualities in somebody you are likely to spend the rest of your life with. Right? Or somebody who comes in to share this life with you. As a complete human being, as a total being, who you are informs who you are letting in to complement you and the life that you're trying to live. First of all, when you meet the person that, or whoever you're about to meet, you've done the work behind the scenes, knowing the qualities that you're expecting from them. You want to know who you want to be with physically, like how they look, like how do they talk, how polite or otherwise are they, what are their manners, what are the behaviors you expect from your typical partner. Are you a loud type? Do you want somebody who is loud with you? Are you a mellow type? Do you want somebody who is calm and matches your vibe? Or do you want somebody who is an opposite to you, who can calm you down? And that would influence the kind of reaction or let's say how receptive you would be to whoever you meet.
Okay.
You know, and that is what from that point chemistry starts to build, because then you've seen some things about this person that you're interested in that makes you attracted to them. You understand? So if you don't have a pre-plan of what you want, like if you've not pre-planned in your mind and you've not set like a certain parameters as to who you want to be with and how they behave, how they look, and whatnot. If you've not done that work and you've not prepared yourself, you are not likely to see what you want in someone, or you're likely to receive anything that comes to you before you realize that the person is not going the way you want them to go. You know?
With the working on yourself part, I wanted to ask further, because there are times that some people get persuaded by maybe a group of friends, like someone they're cool with knows, like, is dating someone, and then they're like, oh, okay, they've seen that they're supposedly lovey-dovey, so like I think I want someone like my friend. But then if you haven't done the work, as you're saying, so when we talk about the work, basically, let me use it as an example. What are some of the things that you would ask yourself if you're looking for someone? Yeah, share that with me.
Okay. So for me, what matters to me most is finding somebody who is my friend.
Right.
Like, I wanted somebody who I could level with, have a conversation with, be myself true to this person. I wanted somebody who I could relate to, age gap not so wide, somebody that would relate to me in terms of life experiences. I knew that mattered more to me than any other thing in this world, because somebody who is older than me would expect a certain kind of relationship that I'm very playful, and I wanted somebody I could play with. So I wanted somebody who is first and foremost my friend. And that was my top priority above everything else. I mean, there are other things I was looking out for in terms of somebody being kind-hearted, being generous, somebody who has love in his heart for people, like obi or penipa. Do you understand? It mattered to me to find somebody who first of all, is playful like me, is interested in the arts, is interested in music, is interested in like shared values,
Okay.
shared interests
Okay.
also mattered to me. And then it came to also being kind also mattered to me.
Right. All
Yeah.
right. Cool. Well, if you're just joining us, we're here, Strong and Sassy on Joy 99.7 FM, and we're trying to, get your thoughts or delve into and explore the conversation on how do you know he is the one, or how do you know if you're a man listening, how do you know she is the one? Yes. So join in and share your thoughts with us. So if you're listening and you believe that, you know what. I did this, I did that, and I have found the person, and I am with the one. I would also like you to join in our conversation. Call us, and also send us a WhatsApp on 055 11 11 997. Phone lines have been activated. You can call in as well, 0302 216 541. Actually, give us a call and then share your thoughts with us. Now, I mentioned earlier that our other guest will join us, and she is here. Hi.
Hi.
Felicia Edem Atipo, you're founder of aKorfa. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
I like your smile.
Thank you.
And so I was asking Esinam earlier, some pointers that I found along the lines of chemistry, adding on to this conversation about what role it plays in finding out if this person is your person. Right? And so I was hoping you could you could share your thoughts, like, how chemistry played a role in you finding your person, or while you found your person. Yes, so that was what I wanted to know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when I was given the topic, I think 2-3 days ago, I started laughing.
Hey, okay.
I was like, Namia, if I know how to get the person, who the person is. I'm still single. I would have known long time.
No.
But on the more serious note, getting to know if he's the one. As he said, as more of you having a friend, okay. But what I've also realized with my experience that in relationship, 1 + 1 is not 2. 1 + 1 could be 0.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell us more.
Yes. So it's like, it's not always that the chemistry is okay.
Yeah.
He's your friend. That he's the one. You go by it and you lose everything. You lose him, you lose everything. So it's more of who you are. Getting to know you. So that when they ask you, who is Edem? I should be able to know, one, this is the sort of person I am. Those are my values. And that is it. So whenever somebody is coming to my space, whether the person is playful or we go with the chemistry and everything, there is 1, 2, 3 I should know quickly. So the person can be my good friend. We could be playful. I'm very playful. I always want to be me. But I talk to you 1, 2, and sometimes I listen to you more and I realize, no, you're not the person.
Because you have set
certain values
for yourself.
For
Okay.
myself. It could be that, well, the person is very playful, okay, blah, blah, blah. But I don't like his height. That is me. I don't like his height.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can go with it.
Okay.
You
I
know,
see.
Can
Okay.
you live with
You
this
know,
for the rest
for
of
the
your
rest
life?
of your
Like when you wake up in the morning, you're going to see
Exactly.
this person. Every day you're going to wake up to this face. Is it okay for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
This person is going to be around you. They're going to, if you're lucky to get into the point of marriage with this person, you're going to see them for who they are, raw, unfiltered them. Are you going to be okay if this person shows sights of themselves, raw, unfiltered to you?
Okay. Right.
And I think that we should erase the idea of looking for perfection or looking for the one who is perfect. Finding the one doesn't mean that they're going to be perfect.
Yeah.
But the fact that whatever they are, whoever they are, is okay for you.
Yeah. And
Something
also
you can work with.
and also to chip in that whatever the person's negative things are,
Yep.
as my strength going to complement his weakness, that is one. Two, am I going to accept him when he does mistakes? Okay, so as me, do I have that emotional intelligence for the guy to do something and I say it's okay? So I'm dealing with myself first. And I think that was one of the mistakes I did in my past relationship, that I realized that I was always looking at what the person will give me, but instead of what I am giving him. Now I am giving him without thinking of what I'm getting. That is what I've come to notice. That look, I love this guy. I want him. But sometimes he sits down and he picks his nose. Is it okay for me? Yes, okay, I think I can deal with it. And I tell him that this is, stop it. But you can't change him. If that's what, and if he wants to change that, okay, Adam likes it. So for me, I looked at the surface ones first.
Okay, and the surface ones are?
Appearance, how we feel, the little things, and a kind-hearted person. I like people. I remember I met a guy. In fact, at that particular time, I said, okay, I think I have to work with this. I need to settle down. The guy was okay. We laugh, we go out and everything. Then I'm a people's person. So anytime you come to my home, it's full of people. And he had a problem with it. I said, then, okay, let me hold it there. But I believe that in that position, the guy was ready to marry me. And look, that was it for me. I at a point, I wanted to settle down. So then I could overlooked it because he gave one or two reasons. Oh, why don't you let them go? You need their space. He gave one or two reasons. I'm like, okay, I will do it because I needed a marriage at a particular point. But I sat there and realized, no, when I didn't have anybody, these people who are nobody were the people who were coming around me. Why would one person come to my life and I'm like, hey, I don't want to see all of you again? Okay. So then I sat back and said, no, this is not it. But everything was flowing, everything. He is my perfect man. But my values in certain, this is the sort of person I am. If I'm sick and you give me all the medication in the world and nobody visits me, Charlie, I will die. Wow. I'm that type. I will die. But I'm sick. I don't take any medication. You come and visit. We chat and that is it. I'm well. So, and you're not always going to be with me forever. You go to work, you travel and all that, and I'll be alone. And meanwhile, you've made me let everybody go.
Right.
Yes.
So I was asking Esnam earlier that the parts about some people know what they want or they work on themselves and they know that, oh, I want A, I want B. But to anyone out there who is still struggling to really know some of the things they should be looking out for, is there, for want of a better expression, like a bottom line, something they can work with? Say, I'm using myself as an example. aKorfa doesn't like short men. This is an example, guys. It's an example.
We beg you.
Yeah, we beg.
You are not closing the door to the section. So, if you're a short man, please come, I beg. I can't papa we like.
Yes. So, because I'm actually I mentioned initially that I'm taking notes as well because, we have already established the fact that there's no formula to this, to each his own, the different pointers for everybody. But at the end of the day, to you out there, if you believe that you are in such a relationship that you believe it's a strong foundation, you're happy, both parties are happy, we'd like you to call in and join in the conversation. Send us a WhatsApp on 055 11 11 997. So I was asking, because sometimes I feel like with all that's going on around us, some people genuinely don't know what to be looking out for. Even though it's a me thing, you have had a couple of relationships. What would you think are some of the things that you should you should at least have at the tip of your fingers, so you know that, oh, maybe I can build on this when I get these things. So Esnam, you touch on it and then I'll come to Edem as well.
I think the first thing is safety and respect.
things that you can also look at.
Do you feel safe with this person? Do you feel respected by this person?
Right.
Number 2, can you be yourself with them?
Hmm.
Number 3, do you share values? Number 4, do you handle conflicts well? Is this the type of person who would run away when there's a fight, or totally shut down and not communicate? Is this a person who wants to resolve things with you and find a solution? There's some people that sometimes I remember a couple of years ago, like 2 years or a year ago, I used to fight with my partner like the relationship was going to end. You know, like, but I thought to myself, I don't want this to end. You also don't want this to end. How do we come together and figure out how to resolve this like we want it to continue? We are not fighting as if we want to end. We're fighting because we have a difference in opinion.
Okay.
We are disagreeing about something.
For sure.
And the fact that we're disagreeing about that thing in this particular moment doesn't mean that we don't want to have the rest of our lives together. We do want that. So let's sit and talk through it, figure out the point where we are disagreeing, and see if one person can compromise, see if we can both admit that we're wrong on this. See, how do you resolve conflicts? How do you handle conflicts? Does the person support your dreams? Is the person threatened by you? Because sometimes you can have a relationship where your partner feels threatened by your success and your ambitions and your talents, and what you want to do scares them. They can't say it. They're scared that you would be ahead of them. They're scared that you would leave them when you find a certain level of success. And that fear comes up in different ways. Comes up through jealousy. They try to shame you for certain things you're doing. They don't support your dream. They don't even ask about your work. They don't know what you're doing for a job. If you ask them to explain what you do, they will not be able to explain it. I watched a TikTok video where I think about 5 men were asked what their wife. I think it was a show. A nurse who's a comedian was having a show, and he was passing the mic around for people who came with their spouses and asked them what their partners do. Most of them didn't know what their partners do. They'll give it, oh, she's a health professional, or she's a nurse, but what specifically, which branch of nursing is she in? They don't know. So if you are with somebody who doesn't know what you do, how do they support you in doing that? That support is also very important. How then do you come and rant about work to this person,
because they have no
and they
idea.
would have enough context to be able to support you? You know, I think she can.
Yeah, Adam will add on, but we have a call on the line. We have Evans on the line. Hi, Evans. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
How are you doing?
I'm blessed on you guys.
Thank you very much for joining us. So, you're sharing a formula with us, or you're asking us a question?
I'll ask a question, but I will share one of the formulas.
Okay, share one of the formulas before you ask the question.
One of the ladies thought it out correctly. She made mention of she doesn't like the height of someone she's going to live with. So I was once told by my counselor that once you find someone and God should help you to live to 60 years, you are going to live with this person for that period of time. And are you ready to stay with that person? So some of the things to find out is the person in tune with you? Will the person support your dreams and aspirations? And also think about your values. I had a similar issue. This lady, I just love everything about her, but she doesn't like people. And she was like, I should let go of my friends, even those who have been good to her. Wow. And I sat and I was like, wow, if this lady wants me to go out with my friends, friends who have been very helpful, and she knows. What will be of me when I'm in need? I advised myself and I moved on.
Okay.
So my question now is, currently, I think 4 months ago, this lady have been all around me. I like her as well, but I found out she's dating,
Oops.
and she has even voiced out to me. But she's giving me so much attention. Always, she wants to be with me. Enjoys my company. She pays a visit. And when she's having an issue with the guy, she shares with me. I'm even tired of whatever that's going on. I'm trying to close my mind about her, but I can't. And she's also not helping me to close my mind. I don't know what to do.
All right, Evans. The ladies will try and share their thoughts on this one. Thank you very much for calling. If you're just joining in, it's Strong and Sassy on Joy 99.7 FM. We're talking about how do you know he is the one or she is the one. And if you've got thoughts, you can share it with us as well. WhatsApp is 055 11 11 997. And phone lines have been activated as well. So call in 0302 216 541. So Esna was doing and Eden was doing so basically something is amiss. We need some ideas for Evans.
So Evans, what I would tell you is that the girl is dating, the girl is not married.
Right.
Okay. So if you want the girl, Charlie, snatch the girl from the girl. Because
Snatch.
Oh, of course, because see, there is no get the lady.
But it looks like the lady doesn't want to, because the lady is in the fact that
why is the lady giving you too much attention when she has somebody?
Somebody, right?
It means there is a problem. Now, as I said, 1 + 1 is 0. I'm with this gentleman. I realized that look, he's not giving me the attention I want. I've gotten somebody and I like the person I'm giving the attention. Move a step forward. When you move a step forward, and then she agrees, and she likes you, she'll go and break up and come back and come to you. Okay, that is why. See,
but
you realize that.
Sure, before you continue, is she not going to do the same with another person? Because then that's exactly what she did while she was in a relationship. She wasn't done with that relationship.
No, you see, let me give you an example.
Okay.
So if we need to form.
Vagina.
You see a lady, and then she's just about to get married. And then by the time you realize the marriage didn't come on.
Okay.
Give the lady less than 1 year, she'll get married to somebody else. Yeah.
And that will be because...
So it means there was somebody else.
But I think then the guys also do same.
The same. So it's the same thing I'm telling him. Because see, if you think that, to do the same thing to me, no. You see, don't stress yourself too much. It's not a give and take affair. This guy will be very nice to you. You get married. In the next 4 or 5 years, you are breaking up. So I'm saying that you meet this girl. You like her. She says she's dating. She's been playing to you. She's told you the truth. Now look, I'm dating. I have issues. I come to you. I like you. It means I am comparing something. As a lady, I'm comparing something. I've started having issues. Okay, we shouldn't pretend here. So, okay, so now I've gotten this guy Evans is giving me all the attention. Evans is my friend. I share my fears with Evans. I share my dreams with Evans. My boyfriend slaps me or does everything to me. I come to you, Evans. Why am I coming to Evans? Evans my mother or my father or my pastor. I love Evans. And I'm trying to convince myself that Evans is better than this guy. Evans, make the move. They should go and break up and come. And then you take her.
Esnem, I know you have a point to make on this, but hold your thought for a while. So Aisha is joining us online as well. Aisha, good evening. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
So share your thoughts with us. You're smiling already. I feel like you're going to drop a bombshell. Tell me.
There is a lot.
Tell me.
Let me tell you, Evans, just give the lady the chance to have you. Number two, the other guy by now is due to somebody somewhere. Let me say, if the attention is not there, it's a red line for you to understand.
Yeah. Shall we? Let's go grab.
Evans, give the lady the chance.
I see.
Traditionally, we ladies, you can open up to say, "Oh, we love you," but you should just know that the lady loves him. So please.
Okay, so all right. So you called in to give Evans advice.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Aisha, for that. So Aisha is suggesting that lady, like we know that sometimes when partners are dating and then attention is not given the other person, then it means something else is happening. Someone else is receiving that attention. But I want you to share your thoughts on Evans's question initially, because you look like you have so many things to say.
What I have to say is to the girl, though.
Yeah.
I wish she would just take a break from her relationship and work on herself, and then figure out what she wants and move from there. Because if you're somewhere and you're not happy, you take the decision to be happy, to figure out how to either make it work, where you are.
There is
or
no time.
leave. You either make it work where you are or leave, because what's going to happen is the attention to Evans is going to keep increasing. If Evans gives her the chance, it could lead to several things happening between them, and she would be stuck in the triangle and not figure out what she actually wants. I think she should just break up with whoever she is with, figure out if she wants to be with Evans and be with him. And that would be my advice, because I don't think that if Evans makes the move and she's not ready to leave the boy, she's not ready to leave. She won't leave.
No, but Esinam, she just want to be sure of herself that Evans
and she can do that being alone.
But you see, there are times that you have to. There are times that you have to be alone. It's not always that you have to be alone.
No, but in this case, she's best off alone, figuring out what she wants before she moves.
I am 33 years. I'm not right.
Yeah.
I'm 33 years. I have met this gentleman, and then I realized I've been with this gentleman for, let's say, 3 years. Before I became 3 years now. I'm 33 now, and now I've seen Evans is giving me the attention, all that I need. So I should break up. By the time I break up, if somebody else has come to snatch Evans.
No, you
Evans
can still maintain your relationship with Evans.
Evans will wait for you.
You see, if
Evans
Evans
let me
is
finish.
also interested,
let me
would wait.
Listen, let me explain this to you, or let me try and then make myself clear. It's not only Evans. It's not only me that Evans is looking at. So when I give the break and I'm giving Evans the attention, Evans is giving me the attention. I've not been able to tell Evans that I'm interested, but I'm enjoying Evans' attention because I want to give myself a break. By the time I realize Evans is introducing a girl to me that, oh, that is my friend, and then Evans will tell the girl that I'm her bestie. And it's
all
happening.
Results in not having a proper conversation.
No, it's happening.
No, you see,
because Evans has said she likes the girl so much, and she's also enjoying his giving the attention. Now, I'll be charitable to tell Evans that, okay, Evans, I've broken up with my girl, but I need some time. Okay. Evans is not waiting for me. Evans will give me the time. By the time I'm ready, Evans, I'm ready. Evans was now telling me about the girl she's met. Charlie, we are suffering. So, you see, the lady, need to be very smart, which a lot of ladies are not. Because you can't lose the apple and then later realize that you've lost the banana.
No, also, Evans is not the one.
We actually have Steven. Yeah, that's true. But we have Steven on the line. Steven, have you found the one? Okay. Oh, we've lost Steven. So we want to, our listeners to call in to share with us if they found the one, and if they have found the one, what did they do, or how did they know that person was the one? And I know Evans's conversation, has got us where we are right now. But at the end of the day, people also want to know, fine, if you've got the basics together, like you've put down, I'm looking for A, I'm looking for B, and then it comes your way, but then there's something about the person that you believe that you can't live without. So now what we're saying is, you don't have to spend time trying to change this person.
No, if I could come in.
But everything else is fine. It's just that one thing that is not fine.
So if you can't change the person, and you think that one thing that is not fine, you can't compromise with it or live with it the rest of your life as being married, then don't venture. But if you think that you can live with it and it's okay, because I remember when I was growing up, my mother told me that if you have 5 lists of things about a man you want and you get 3 or 2, take it. Because there's no way you can get the 5.
Okay.
There's no way you can get the 5 attributes.
Really?
Oh yes. I mean, we are all not perfect.
Okay. I disagree.
I think the 5 does not necessarily also mean that the person is perfect.
Yes,
exactly. But there are 5 things you can't compromise on.
Listen,
maybe the
but
5
you can't get every. Let's say, she mentioned certain things, that safety, blah 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 blah, all that. Now you get the guy who gives you that safety, that that respect, and then you get the guy at the same time. You realize that he has no clue, even though every time you tell him about your work, he has no clue. When you ask him, he has forgotten. Does it mean that these 3 and other things, you get the safety, you get the security, and then you get all that, because he doesn't talk about he doesn't even know where you work or whatever you do, you are going to say that you are not going to live with him?
But that is something
or
that
somebody
can be changed.
Because at the end of the day, listen, even now our fathers don't even know our birthdays, let alone our even, you understand it?
We'll get into that conversation
yes
later.
So
we have Nana Kwesi on the line. Nana Kwesi, have you found the one? If you have, how did you find the one?
All right, downward.
Have you found the one?
Charlie, yeah, moving.
Tell me, how are you moving? You are moving and not trying to find the one?
Let me give submission to what you are talking about.
Okay, talk. I'm listening.
So, how do you find the one when you don't even know yourself? You don't even know what your likes are, what your dislikes are, what you can handle, what you cannot handle, what is your defect, and what defect you can handle in the other person, what you can give and what you expect in return. How can you find the one if you don't know all of these things? In this world that we are, the best we can do is make the most out of the little perfection we find in the very flawed people that we come by. Because that's what we are. We are all made of flaws and little perfection. Okay, so if you don't know yourself, how do you then find the one? You see, the gentleman issue. Okay, I'll go with this scenario a little. If the lady wants to break up and feels like whatever issue there is in her relationship is not working out, she should break up, give herself time and a break. And if she still likes this gentleman, and this gentleman also still feel the same way about her, it should continue a relationship. See, right now, even she's single, she has all the time for you. Okay? And it's also possible that because you are giving attention elsewhere, you are not even making any effort to solve your issue in your current relationship.
Oh, I think we've lost Nana Kwesi. But yeah, so Nana Kwesi shared the fact that he has he has not found the one yet. But in order to find the one, just as we talked about initially, you need to know yourself, know what your values are, and what will work for you at the end of the day. And also weighed in on Evans's question earlier, where he's not too sure if this person that's giving him too much attention is someone that he should get into a relationship with. But then again, we'll still like to get your thoughts. Give us a call. We'll get Messages or calls? Messages. Okay. Right. So let me get to our messages now. This one is coming from Vincent in Accra. Says, before looking out for who is the one, you must first look at yourself honestly and ask yourself, if you were the opposite sex, will you date you? Well, that's a very good question. Be absolutely honest with yourself. It starts from there. Also, one pointer you can also look at the end of it, because I was still asking that I think a lot of people probably do not know some of the things they should be looking out for. Yeah. So you can also start by asking yourself these honest questions, just as Vincent has sent in. And there's another one here, says, good evening, I am Spermy. Very interesting name. First of all, find yourself. You are the right person to make yourself happy. Don't go into a relationship if you don't know how to make yourself happy. There are lots of pretenders out there finding love. My last 7 relationships was unsuccessful because I didn't know myself and what I wanted. When I realized this, I am much happier in my current relationship for 2 weeks now. Congratulations. Yeah, I'm so happy for you. We've got some more message, but I've got Richard on the line. Let's quickly find out. Hi, Richard. Have you found the one yet?
I actually have. I just want to share experience.
No, please, wait, Richard.
People.
Wait. How did you find the one first before you weigh in on Evans's conversation?
Okay, so I look at things from a different perspective.
Okay.
I classify them into 2 things. What I call the negotiables and the non-negotiables.
Okay.
So that I have a set of things you look out for. You want someone who is reasonable, someone who is family-minded, someone who loves children. And then you have those ones that are non-negotiable, that I am a Christian. A non-Christian is a no-no. So that if you find a person and they can take all your non-negotiables and it's fine, then you now look at those ones that are negotiable.
Okay.
Then you can now discuss it and come to a midpoint, because for you to get exactly what you want is difficult. And even if you get it, always keep in mind, we are evolving. So this year, I wanted white. Next year, as we grow up, as we mature, I don't want white again. I want off-white. So all the things we are trying to hold on to dearly in year 1, you realize in year 5, they don't matter to you again. And so if you focus so much on that, and as we all evolve, you get to that point, you realize you don't want these things again. It doesn't matter again. What happens? That is where you find yourself stuck in a relationship and you will be complaining when you have told everybody you found the perfect one. The person has not changed, but because your values have changed, because of your experiences, because time has passed.
Okay. All right, Richard, thank you very much for sharing that with us. We really appreciate it. Before we pick another call, let me get into our messages as well. Hello, Esinam. You have said it all. The best advice. She needs to take a stock of her earlier relationship, else she will repeat or face same challenges. And if it is yours, it is yours. No rush, else you will crash. It's coming from Raul, I believe. Hello, I'm Reginald. I am in a relationship with a lady now. We have dated about 8 years from junior high school. I'm just about finishing my first degree, but now she called me asking if I truly love her and do I want to make her my wife. When I asked why, she said a guy she met 2 weeks ago said he wants to marry her, and I don't really know what to do because I really love this lady. Okay. Right. By the end of the day, have you checked the boxes? Because we're asking how to find out if she is the one for you. So right now we can't tell if she is your one because she is looking to settle down and you don't seem to be ready. So I believe we can also share what our callers and what our ladies have said with you about asking yourself questions, find out what your deal breakers are, what are working for you and what is not going to work for you moving forward, what you cannot compromise on, so you know where you stand at the end of it all. Now, let's take a look at personal growth and support. Yes. How do you know if someone supports your personal growth and aspirations? I think, Esinam, you started a pointer like that sometimes you need to also take a stock basically of if this person that is in your life is genuinely interested in what you do for a job. And some of the things that surround you. And if this person does not, and they check other boxes, does that mean you can be with such a person, or the person cannot be the one at the end of it all?
How high is your career on your priority list?
Okay.
Is it so high that if somebody doesn't support it, it's a deal breaker for you? If yes, then you need to look at that, because for somebody like me, my interests, my work, I like to work with my passion, like with all my heart and all my soul, and work is a key part of my life. So finding somebody who looks at my work the same way I do matters to me. Finding somebody I can share parts of my work with, who can give me sound advice on what I do, matters to me. Somebody that I can brainstorm with, somebody I can come up with ideas with, because I work in a field that requires constant innovation and new things and quick thinking, problem solving, somebody that can bounce off ideas with. And this is very important to me. So if I found somebody who didn't have this quality, it would be a non-negotiable for me, you know. But for somebody else, maybe their career is, or the partner being involved in their work is not such a big deal to them. So to each their own. That's why knowing yourself is very important, because then you need to know how important it is for your partner to be involved in your work life and your career and your development. I mean, I would wish that everybody would have partners that support them holistically, but if it doesn't matter, if it's not such a big deal to you, you can tolerate it, you can deal with it. If it's tolerable for you, you know, if it's something that you can compromise on,
Right.
okay. But your personal development, I think everybody's partner should be interested in their person developing themselves, becoming the best version of themselves. I think that should be important to everybody.
Okay. Now, Adam, so someone who thought that they found someone they got into marriage with, and then at the end of the day, it didn't work out, they separated. How then, if someone like that, say, what are some of the things that that person will be looking at, especially because they felt they had found the one earlier, now it wasn't the one, now they have to start the process all over again to find another one. How can how do you balance something like that, basically, is what I want to know.
That is quite difficult. That is where the fear is, because then it is going to be like, the moment the person is doing something, you're like, yeah, that is what the other person did. Right. So that is it. That is where I would tell you to break a wall. Give yourself time, know yourself, forgive yourself all that you've been through, and then start all over again.
Okay.
For yes, the person might have those traces, but that is not the person. And another thing too is communicate more your fears. I mean, don't hide it. I mean, be open, be an open minded person, and then, you know, don't always judge, because with some of us who are divorced, and when you're getting into a relationship, you're like, oh yeah, the first time this is what he did, so no, I don't want you to get close. But if you've taken off that bitterness, that pain and everything, then you have a clear mind to say, well, I'm not judging him because of Kofi, but I'm looking at him. That is where you know yourself. Now you found yourself. You know who you are. You know what makes you happy. You know that you can make yourself happy. Then when you are going in for such a person, you take your time. Even though you're taking your time, you're having fun, then you'll be seeing the signs one by one and then taking it off. You think you can't compromise with this. You can't negotiate on this one. For me, I can't negotiate on my kids. So the moment you come and you're like talking about kids and my people around me, that one is not negotiable at all. And again, I think you should get somebody who has your your dreams and your career at heart, who will ask you more about what you do, try to give advice to you, and you seek his advice. You also know what he also does. You should also let him also know that you're also interested in him. Okay. So it's not always about me. Okay. You talk small. He makes him talk small. You give advice small, because you are also finding. He's also finding.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you should also try and then balance it. And then at the end of the day, what you can ask the caller, say what you can negotiate on. What you can negotiate. You let the gentleman go. You let the lady go, and then the search moves on.
I was going to ask under 30 seconds. So finally, how do you know he is the one, Esinam?
When he gives you room to be yourself, unapologetically, when he can be the safe space for you, when he is home, when he feels like home, when she feels like home, you don't have to pretend, you don't have to lie, you don't feel unsafe. You just can be yourself, and you can flourish with this person. Then that could be the one for you.
Adam, 30 seconds.
Somebody you feel safe with, somebody you can talk with endlessly. I mean, you are yourself. You are that person. He accepts you the way you are, and not what you are.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much, ladies, for doing this with me. Felicia Edematipo is founder of Echo, and Esinam Batali, marketing professional. And to you who called in and shared your thoughts as well, appreciate it. Thanks going out to the production team, Mirabel Johnson, Anita Tay, Oliver made us visible on social media. My name is aKorfa. The news at 8 is up next. Right after that is The Overdrive with Kofi Hayford.